record. All right, Thursday, May 26th. And screen sharing. Share. So when you see dual dialogue like this, remembering, you both say it at the same time. Jimmy, Robert, say it at the same time. All right. Do you want to cast it, Robert? We'll try to get the pace in.
Sure, yeah. You can't perform, Professor, because you're going to be taking notes. Is that what you said last time?
It's hard, and if there's enough people here to read, it would be better.
Okay. Well, yeah, I intended it to make it more producible, that one person can just play every other character that's not Jimmy, Archer, Robert. So let's have that be Katie. Is your voice is all amazing now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So you can play all the supplementary characters that are not the main three, and then let's see. Hetzi, can you play Robert? Myra, can you play Archer? And then can you play Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay. So am I the narrator?
Yeah,
Okay.
Katie, you'll do basically like if there's stage directions, narrator, celebrity cameos.
Okay, got it.
Everything that's not these like main three dudes.
Okay, cool.
Right. And our goal is just to keep the pace going.
Okay. Robert, Archer, and Jimmy sat at Corky's Kitchen and Bakery, a breakfast diner, discussing the state of their artistic careers.
I know I'm a great actor. I was in Cats.
The movie?
Of course, I play Taylor Swift. They just put her head on my body in post.
That's horrifying.
Okay, is there a Jimmy problem?
I think it's Anne.
Is she here still? I can't see on the. Anna, are you here?
Oh, I think Anna's gone. Okay, Katie, can you play Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Again? From art. Like whatever.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, really, guys? What's your big claim to fame?
Well, I will have you know that I've been writing LA restaurant reviews for the past 3 months.
For what
For what magazine?
Hustler.
That's horrifying.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, really, guys?
Horrifying.
What's your big claim to fame, Jimmy? Really, guys? Oh, really, guys?
What happened?
Big claim to fame, Jimmy. To fame, Jimmy.
Wait, what's happening? Weird loop.
Jimmy.
What's happening?
That's scary.
That is so weird. What the hell? That is so weird. Wait, I gotta screenshot. What is going on? Oh my God.
That's my anxiety projecting onto.
Wow. Sorry. Yeah, Myra, I couldn't even tell what was happening. I didn't know who to mute. That was weird. Sorry.
I think it was me, but I knew myself and it kept going. I was like, oh my God.
I thought I was high or something.
That's after class, Robert, not before. Wow. Okay.
That's so scary.
So let's try that again. Maybe the microphone not on when you're not speaking. I'd say just be really quick to turn it on when it's your turn.
Okay.
All right, let's try it again. I was frightened.
Oh, really, guys? What's your big claim to fame, Jimmy?
Well, actually, one of my songs got bought. They're using it as a theme song for their TV series.
For which show?
Right, Joe.
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That's horrifying.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Okay, fine. I lied. It's not Real Housewives. It's Human Centipede 3D.
What?
What?
Yeah, they're making a sequel. And they said that my song, River Death, had a really ominous tone to it that would be perfect for a body horror film.
Seriously, man? Human Centipede? You told me never in a million years you would ever work in one of those Disney Marvel movies.
Jimmy, isn't your music like country or bluegrass roots?
Archer noticed Robert's notebook.
Let me see that notebook, Robert.
Robert stood up from the table, grabbing a steak knife.
No!
Archer grabbed his butter knife.
Let me fucking see it.
Jimmy noticed the fear in the eyes of the restaurant patrons. He dialed 911. Jimmy spoke to the waitress as the phone rang. They always get like this, and it gets out of control. The police arrived shortly after, arresting both Robert and Archer. Archer and Robert were taken to the police holding station where they had been thrown into a holding cell with 30 or so prisoners as they awaited processing. Above their heads, a television screen loomed. It was the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, his guest R2D2. Hi R2. Before we get started, what are your preferred gender pronouns? Beep bop boop. This is
So fucking ridiculous. You just being pissed, and because you know I'm a better writer than you'll ever be.
Oh, really? All you do is write dick and fart jokes. You write with the sense of humor of a little boy. What are you, 12?
13, actually.
Another prisoner approached. You guys are writers?
Wow. Are you Dan Wells?
I love Mr. Monster. It's my favorite novel of all time.
Despite the presence of a celebrity, the two friends continued their sibling-esque debacle.
You were taking notes on me, Robert. On Jimmy, in that notebook. I know it. And you can't use people like that. For your stories, for your art.
I get writer's block, Arthur.
I'm not your social experiment. I'm not your specimen. Do you even ask people's permissions before you turn them into one of your characters?
Honestly, Arthur, I haven't been able to do any novel writing in like 6 months.
You think you're the only one? With everything going on with the work and my finances, I've been so stressed out. I haven't been able to write a new screenplay in over a year.
If I may interject, you guys could try murdering someone.
What?
What?
Whenever I'm having writer's block, I kill someone.
What?
It creates a release of tension and it gets the blood flowing. Bad writers can write Ulysses. Procrastinators can write their magnum opus. An officer entered the holding cell. Robert Gold, Archer Lago, your friend James Buse has bailed you out. Jimmy, Robert, and Archer sat in the car. Jimmy drove, Robert in the back seat, Archer in shotgun. This just in, Disney announces R2 will no longer be appearing in any future Star Wars projects. What the fuck was that all about, guys? Were y'all seriously about to kill each other?
Oh, come on, Jim. Arthur and I are like brothers.
Robert accidentally punched Archer in the side of the face, although he had been attempting to playfully punch him in the shoulder. Rob, stop!
Yeah, Jim. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Jim, we fight all the time.
Archer had elbowed Robert in the face.
Like Cain and Abel.
Archer, stop!
Yeah, Jim.
Robert had put his hands around Archer's throat.
Like Remus and Romulus.
Rob, stop! Stop, dude, stop! Stop antagonizing each other! Jimmy put a hand in the back seat, trying to break them up. Taking his eyes off the road, he accidentally hit a homeless person. Jimmy, Robert, and Archer stepped outside of the car, staring at the bloody body.
Well, look who's going to slam her now, Jim.
Guess I'm gonna be bailing your ass out soon, huh?
Guys, please, this isn't funny. We can't report this. I'll lose my job. We'll lose the house, Archer. And you'll be homeless too, Robert. This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke. Neither of you should be laughing.
Well, it is funny for one reason.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Some famous Hollywood novelist was with us in the holding cell.
He told us that if we murdered someone,
It would cure our writer's block.
Well, Jimmy gestured towards the body. Do you feel cured?
actually, I am feeling a little inspired and hungry. Can we pick up some Chipotle on the way back?
I was actually thinking Crockies.
I could do Corky's. They have the best pies.
Oh my God, dude.
Robert had put a hand on Archer's shoulder.
I love their pics.
Archer fist pumped Robert.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. It is so hard to get a good pie these days.
Guys, please, there's a dead body here. And also, I introduced you both to Corky's, so you're welcome.
Thanks, Jim.
But on a side note, I do feel a sudden urge to go record a song.
Dude, I think Dan Wells was right. I think murder is a cure for writer's block.
I mean, guys, this is the 3rd degree at best. It was an accident. It is not a 1st degree murder. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Why didn't I ever see it before? Devin and Peter have to end up together at the end of How to Lose Friends and Influence Nobody.
Oh my God. How could I never see it before? My song Yard Sale is about postpartum depression.
Oh my God. How could I ever never see it? How could I never see it before? I do a great Italian accent.
Oh my God. I think it's true.
True.
Murder really is
the
a cure for writer's block. Everyone, get back in the car. We need to get home. I have a new song to record.
And I have a new idea for a novel.
And I have a new idea for a screenplay.
The following morning, Jimmy had written and recorded and released on Spotify a whole new album. The album was an instant hit. Fans from all over Spotify were listening. Releasing it at 3 a.m., by 8 a.m., he had 12 million listens on his new album. When Rockefeller Records called, Jimmy picked up. Yes, Mr. Jay-Z? Oh my God. Yes, Mr. Jay-Z. Of course I can come in and sign a 50 million recording contract. Jimmy had looked at the to-do list on the wall. Feed baby, take dog to the vet, visit cousin in rehab to provide moral support, go to Skid Row and pass out blankets to families in need. No, Mr. Jay-Z. No, I'm not doing anything today. Yeah, I can be there in like an hour. See you soon. Jimmy came out into the living room. You guys won't believe this. I got a call from... What the fuck happened to my living room? The living room was stacked with printer paper.
Yes, hello, Random House Publishing. Yes, this is Robert Gold. Oh my God, you like the manuscript? All 4,000 pages? That's wonderful.
Okay, well, you seem busy. Archer, where are you at? Jimmy knocked on Archer's door.
Come in.
Jimmy had entered Archer's room, shutting the door behind him. Archer put a single finger to his lips, pointing towards his phone.
Well, you tell me, Marty, if Guillermo del Toro and Tarantino are able to work out their differences, I'll let them co-direct Crocodile Laser Kung Fu Ninja the Fourth. But I told you, Marty, I already promised Nolan and Cameron producer credits. Marty, I get it. Everyone wants a role in this project, but I already promised JJ he could run the craft service table. Fine. You know what? Tell Ridley Scott that he can be my production assistant. But I swear to God, Marty, I want my pumpkin spice lattes to my trailer by 6 a.m. or Ridley's fired and I'm rehiring the Coen brothers. You understand, Marty? No, Marty, you're not listening. I can't do that. If John Williams and Danny Elfman wanted to do the soundtrack, they should have called me hours ago. Hans Zimmer already literally just signed the contracts with my lawyers. He's doing a full album collaboration with Randy Newman.
Archer had known in his heart that this would be a team up of a lifetime. Hans Zimmer, the classical German composer, and Randy, who had done the soundtrack for Toy Story 3. It would be a collaboration like no other, like a magic show starring Houdini alongside Carrot Top, or a Def Jam Records studio album with Lil Wayne featuring Susan Boyle. It would be like a labor strike against Monsanto, led by Cesar Chavez and Mike Rowe. It would be like Plato collaborating with an actual tub of Play-Doh, or a play by William Shakespeare and that chick who wrote the Twilight novels. In other words, Archer's film soundtrack for Crocodile Laser Kung Fu Ninja 4 was going to change the world.
Marty, calm down. I have to go. My roommate's here. He wants to talk to me. I'm being rude. I'm hanging up now, Marty. I'm hanging up. Hey, Jim, sorry about that, man. Marty's just like yada, yada, yada. And it's like, I get it. I'm the hottest commodity to ever hit LA. But it's just like, I can't give every director in Hollywood a handout just because they begged me, you know? It's like, yes. Did Angelina offer to let me have one of her kids? Yes. But Jimmy, did I say yes? No. Because Crocodile Laser Kung Fu Ninja 4 is not just a movie, Jimmy. It's art.
Archer, Robert, and Jimmy had sat at a booth at Corky's. Archer and Robert, who were twins too together, had been wearing matching orange zoot suits.
Is this a new scene? New scene? All right.
Now that my album's out, I kind of want to write another, but I don't know what to write now.
Why don't you go
Why
on
don't you go on
tour?
another tour?
Archer and Robert had fist pumped. They'd been proud of how well they had learned how to synchronize since beginning work on Twins 2 together, fist pumping every time they synchronized. I'm doing a tour across the states, mostly the Midwest, the South, then is Latin America, and North Korea.
North
North
Korea?
Korea?
Archer and Robert fist pumped. Yeah, apparently Kim Jong-un is a big fan. He said my song Miguel's Tree had made him regret assassinating his brother-in-law.
Oh, that's really deep, man. When does the tour start?
Not for another 3 months, but every time I sit down to start working on the new album, I'm getting writer's block. An abusive boyfriend came into Corky's with his battered girlfriend. Go clean yourself up, you look like shit. The girlfriend entered the women's restroom. The boyfriend sat at a booth. Anything to drink? Actually, I think I'm ready to order. I'll have the bacon Texas slam sandwich with extra fries. And she's actually not going to be having anything. She's trying to watch her figure. Of course, sir. We should have that burger ready for you in about 15 minutes. The boyfriend grabbed the waitress's wrist flirtatiously. Thanks, hun. You're the best. Jimmy, Archer, and Robert watched the events transpiring.
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O.
And Bingo, what's his name? Oh,
Oh God, guys, please, not again.
When God gives you lemons, Jimmy.
you make trillions.
Robert and Archer fist bumped. These Hollywood deals we've been signing, the money we've been making, I mean, they're basically blood contracts at this point. I don't feel good about it. I don't want to keep doing this. The first time was an accident, but this would be.
Murder?
Or maybe a cure to your writer's block.
Not that hard, Jimmy.
We gotta get the second album out. Yeah, somehow, Jimmy.
You go on tour in 3 months, Jimmy.
That's not a lot of time, Jimmy.
Archer had put a hand on Robert's shoulder.
I think our friend here needs some
Archer and Robert point at each other, snapping their fingers.
inspiration.
Inspiration.
Archer and Robert fist bump. Can you guys see the philosophical conundrum that we're all in? We've opened up Pandora's box. We might never be able to stop.
I'm playing the Arnold Schwarzenegger role in a film, Jimmy. The only philosophical question I've been asking myself lately is, do I want to get to the chopper?
And the philosophical question I'm always asking myself is it always sunny in Philadelphia?
Guys, I'm being serious. There are moral and ethical boundaries that you don't cross. Can we please get some ketchup over here? What we're talking about right now, the first degree. We're really going to jump from third degree to first degree overnight. Archer and Robert received a notification on their phones.
Jimmy!
Jimmy.
Jimmy switched to a hushed whisper. It's been 30 fucking seconds since the last time we killed someone. You two are psychopaths. You're insatiable.
Jimmy!
You'll ever heard of jail?
Jimmy. Yeah.
We're not God.
Jimmy!
Archer and Robert stared at their phones. We don't get to make these kinds of decisions.
Jimmy, they just announced your tour lineup.
Guys, I don't care. It doesn't justify.
Sam Smith!
Archer, that doesn't change my mind. Let's be good people for.
Oh, and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh my God. I wonder if he'll let me do at Old Town Road with him. I could play the little Nas X part. I'd be so down for that. Jimmy shook his head. No, no, no. Who am I? What am I even thinking? Guys, that's not me, okay? Just stop. Robert and Archer looked at each other. What?
Dude.
What? Who is it?
You're gonna shit yourself.
Jimmy, the guy's like your favorite. You're not going to believe this.
Just tell me. Archer and Robert finally put down their phones.
It's David Archuleta.
Okay, let's kill this piece of shit. On the film set of Crocodile Laser Kung Fu Ninja 4, Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino were co-directing. Archer, as the screenwriter, was hired onto the production as consulting producer. Archer smiled vivaciously, for he was seeing his vision come to life, and all for the low price of $600 million. Ozzy Osbourne was making a cameo, and the catering budget alone to bring in all those fried and sauteed bats had almost thrown Kevin Feige and Bob Iger into a spin. As the heads of Marvel and Disney, they hoped that Crocodile Laser Kung Fu Ninja 4 would not offend their boss, President Xi Jinping. Cut. Arthur, can we please Can we please just go with my original idea?
Quinn, buddy, pal, my friend. These are laser crocodiles trained in jujitsu to guard the fountain of youth. Why would Dakota Fanning start calling the crocodiles that word?
I am an artist, Arthur. Don't question my methods. Quentin Tarantino stormed off.
Oh, Chris, can you take over for today? Quentin's throwing another temper tantrum.
Archer darted his head around frantically.
Does anyone know where Quentin's wet nurse is? He hasn't been burped all day.
Archer noticed something in the distance.
Alex, stay away from those fireworks.
In the TV writer's room at Warner Brothers Studios, HBO, a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, had planned a Game of Thrones spinoff. In the room sat George R.R. Martin, the author of Game of Thrones, author J.J. Abrams, the creator of the TV series Lost, Vince Gilligan, the television genius behind Breaking Bad, D.B. Weiss, and David Benioff, the Game of Thrones television co-creators, Seth Green, the creator of the Adult Swim cartoon Robot Chicken, and Carter Bays and Craig Thomas, the television creators of How I Met Your Mother. No. Where are my titties? Where are my dragons? Where are the children being decapitated? I have an idea. What if at the end of this whole Game of Thrones spinoff, we find out it was all Ned Stark's dream? Ned Stark is dead, JJ. Doesn't continuity mean anything to you? The writers of Breaking Bad had a major boner for continuity. Fuck continuity. The writers of Lost didn't know what continuity meant. We agree with George. We were promised there was going to be at least 51% of each episode was going to be sex scenes. It's in our contracts.
Is HBO, David, not porn?
What's the difference? Guys, if I could, I was thinking each of these episodes usually cost like $10 million. I feel like we could save money if we use stop motion animation.
Seth, if I wanted goddamn stop motion animation, I would have hired Tim fucking Burton. You're only here to capture like the 612 demographic.
Hi guys. We wrote How I Met Your Mother all 9 seasons. Thank you. What if Ned Stark in the final season gets cancer and dies? Now there's an idea. Continuity, JJ, continuity. Robert had sunken his face into his hands.
This is a fucking nightmare.
At Rockefeller Records, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Lil Wayne, Simon Cowell, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, Barbara Streisand, Eminem, J-Lo, Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne, Deadmau5, Celine Dion, Josh Groban, Cher, Donny Osmond, Gloria Estefan, Michael Bublé, and Amy Grant sit in the editing bay while Jimmy sits in the recording booth. Okay, guys, I'm ready to start recording. Sharon Osbourne manned the helm. Whenever you're ready, James. Jimmy sat down and sang his newest song, Damn You, Las Vegas. Damn you, Las Vegas. Damn the road that goes there. Damn all the broken hearts, which I have broken to get there. Damn you, Las Vegas. Damn the man that goes there. Damn all the soulless hearts who are broken enough to go there. And damn you, Las Vegas. Damn all the years I spent there. And damn you, Las Vegas. Damn the boy that I went there. Damn the boy that went there. And damn you, Las Vegas. Damn the lives I spent there. How was that? I think it needs more auto-tune. Okay, thank you, Dwayne, but I actually don't use auto-tune. I think Dwayne is right, James. That was absolutely dreadful. My ears have never taken that much abuse, and I've heard Lin-Manuel Miranda sing. It's not a big deal, James. I use it. I've never recorded a song without it, James. My voice sounds like shit without it. Barbara, not you too. Jimmy turned his head towards Celine Dion. Celine? Celine bit her lip nervously, as did Josh Groban. They all looked nervous. Oh God. Celine, Josh, Donnie, Gloria, Michael, seriously, all of you? Dead Mouse, please don't tell me you use autotune. Dead Mouse looked down, ashamed and disheartened, while seamlessly grabbing a deep fried bat off of Ozzy Osbourne's dinner plate, shoving the food under his giant mask. Marshall, what do you think? But Marshall Matters could not hear Jimmy, for he had been too busy eating his mother's spaghetti. Thankfully for Marshall, despite their publicly stated promise to well-known TED Talk aficionado Al Gore, Rockefeller Records had still not fully banned plastics in the building, and thus Marshall's mother's Tupperware had made it into the recording booth. Robert, Archer, and Jimmy sat at a booth at Corky's restaurant. A television screen was playing ESPN. This is a big day, folks. The Washington Redskins' first official game as the Washington Walmart Shoppers. Walmart Shoppers. Walmart Shoppers. The NFL players entered the field as the crowd chanted, donning their new official jerseys, a picture of a Walmart electric scooter.
But we're happy, right? We have everything we ever wanted.
Happy people don't need to ask whether they're happy or not. Happy people just know it. It's a feeling. You don't have to contemplate it. Archer bowed his head.
So we're not happy?
Honestly, I haven't slept in 3 weeks. Those 4 people from last week and the 6 before that. I mean, I know making that Pepsi commercial was tough, but I feel like we went a little overboard.
Jimmy shook his head. I see them in my dreams every night.
Oh, cut that melodramatic bullshit, Jimmy. You traded your soul to the devil for the fame, just like the rest of us. Cut it with this holier than thou routine.
Well, then why are we asking ourselves if we're happy or not, Rob? Fuck, isn't it obvious? We've reached the mountaintop and I'm the unhappiest I've ever been. Robert, I have actually been experiencing depression lately or indigestion, I can't tell.
Okay. I'll admit it. They're ruining my art. My movie is turning into Sharknado.
Robert clutched his chest.
I love Sharknado.
Does anyone else feel like that? Like they're having their art ruined?
Robert and Jimmy raised their hands.
I feel like Nightmare Shyamalan doing Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I feel like a Marilyn Manson doing an album for Kids Bop.
For the record, Jimmy cheated. Mine was a real reference.
Fine, Rob. I feel like Green Day doing Broadway.
For the record, I love Green Day on Broadway, but I'll allow it.
What are we gonna do, guys?
I say we turn ourselves in.
Oh my God.
Jesus, Jimmy.
Can we please come up with some real solutions? My agent is trying to get me to do a live action sequel to Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Wait, that actually sounds really cool.
No, Artu, it's not really cool, okay? They hired Peter Jackson to direct, and he wants the whole thing in motion cap with Andy Serkis playing Clifford. Artu, the guy played an amazing Goldman on King Kong, and he was Caesar in the Planet of Apes. Who's to say he won't make a great Clifford? Fuck your opinion, Artu. I saw the new Star Wars trilogy.
Robert grabbed his phone and dialed 911.
Hello? Yes. I'd like to report that there are 3 serial killers running around Los Angeles. Yes, 3.
Archer grabbed Robert's phone and put it in his fruit punch.
God damn it, Artu. That was an iPhone 11.
It's a moot point, Robert. We're all going to jail. We're not going to have our phones for much longer, anyways. It doesn't matter anymore.
I could have smuggled it up my butt.
I don't know, Robert. They're making these new generation iPhones a lot bigger these days.
Robert shook his head.
Yeah, a little faith.
Archer, Robert's right. It's time to make the call.
Okay, fine. Let's take a vote. You guys are my brothers. I love you both. Ride or die.
Archer had held up his fist to show camaraderie. Then he had put his fist out into the center of the table. They all placed their fists in the center, fist bumping one another and holding it there as Archer continued.
If we all agree, then we'll make the call. Agreed?
Agreed.
Wait.
Intermission. Archer was back on film set. Quentin Tarantino had stormed off the set, terribly upset over the script's lack of ethnic slurs. Quentin had tried to get Archer to include the Sicilian speech from True Romance during the scene where Archer meets the cast of Teletubbies, but something about smoking and getting shot in the back of the head didn't feel on very brand for the Teletubbies. Christopher Nolan, known for confusing audiences across the globe, was now at the helm. Archer was lukewarm on Nolan, for most Nolan fans had several PhDs, and that just wasn't the vibe of Crocodile Kung Fu Ninja 4, you dig? Wait. I thought Robert, Archer, and Jimmy had made a pact to turn themselves in.
It'll be explained, I promise.
Robert, these sessions are only an hour.
It'll be explained, I promise.
Thanks for letting me run the craft services table, Archer. Guillermo del Toro was the director and writer of several prominent low-budget indie projects, including Hellboy and the Hobbit franchise.
No problem, JJ. No problem. JJ is working on the new Game of Thrones series with Robert, so I appreciate you filling in, Guillermo.
Oh, I'm actually Benicio. I've just put on a lot of weight recently.
Oh, sorry, Benicio. Did you put on the weight for the role?
No. Benicio del Toro, the husband of Penelope Cruz, bowed his head shamefully. What an honor it was to be working the craft services table of the great actor, writer, and director, Archer Lago. Archer somehow and miraculously had taken Hollywood by storm overnight. Now he was directing plays, writing musicals, filming commercials left and right, acting in a dozen new plays and TV shows, and writing scripts that were being shopped all over Los Angeles. Little to say, Archer Lago was on top of the world. And it was at that moment that Archer noticed a troupe of younger actors standing around chatting merrily. The group included mostly has-beens, Dakota Fanning, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, and Haley Joel Osment. All of them were in the film and were very excited to be a part of what Hollywood was predicting would be the greatest box office smash of all time. Projected to make $4 billion opening weekend, Crocodile Kung Fu Ninja 4 was going to change the world.
Hey everyone, great work today. I'm really proud of you all.
Hey Archer, can I talk to you in private for a sec?
Sure, Haley, no problem.
Haley Joel Osment had been in many of Hollywood's greatest films, The Sixth Sense, where he said, "I see dead people," which was a weird flex, but okay. Haley had also played Forrest Gump's son. For years after, Archer, who had considered himself a fan of the film Forrest Gump, had reasoned that Forrest was simply from Alabama and not mentally challenged, although it is often hard to tell the difference. I'm not good, man. I don't know if I can make it through this whole shoot.
What's wrong? Talk to me, Haley.
I see dead people. Arthur pats him on the shoulder.
Go home, Haley. Get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
Archer ran into Kevin Feige and Bob Iger, the heads of Marvel and Disney.
Hey guys, thanks for being here today. And thank you for believing in this project. I'm so glad to have Disney and Marvel behind me like this.
Archer.
You guys have been so generous.
Okay, Archer, what is it? Come on, Archer, we weren't born yesterday. What's the problem?
It's Haley. I think she's doing drugs again. He's probably not coming back to set. We're gonna have to reshoot all the scenes.
Kevin and Bob laugh uproariously.
What? What is it?
Archer, haven't you ever heard of CGI? We're not reshooting anything that's going to cost too much money and too much time that we don't have. We're trying to get this out by Christmas.
A Christmas movie? What do you think this is? Die Hard? Guys, I'm an artist. This isn't just a project for me. I'm trying to bring a vision to life here.
They laugh again, slapping their knees. Here, go home and watch this. Kevin Feige hands Archer a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You'll be amazed what we can do with special effects these days. We can literally recreate an actor on screen entirely through CGI. It'll be like Haley never left the production. Kevin and Bob both walk away laughing. Archer holds up the DVD in his hand, staring at it. Then he looks at them.
You guys can keep a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy in your back pocket at all times?
On the night of Archer's big premiere, Archer sat in the seats of the theater, bemused, befuddled, and barely staying awake. While the film went on to make $6.5 billion at the box office in its first 3 days of release, it was not his vision. It was not his creative baby. The world had taken a special project, his magnum opus, which represented the very essence of his being, and they had R. Kelly'd all over it. 90% of the film was now CGI. There had not been a single usage of practical effects in the entire goddamn film. Sex scenes had been added in awkward places to affect the 18 to 35 male demographic. A vampire werewolf romance subplot had been awkwardly added to attract the 18 to 35 female demographic. It was no longer his creative baby. Crocodile Kung Fu Ninja 4 had been transformed into something cheesy and lowbrow. It had transformed it into something unrecognizable. 6 days after the premiere of his magnum opus, Archer turned himself into the police. After the conversation that Robert, Jimmy, and Archer had at Corky's diner about turning themselves in, they had all gotten cold feet. Sitting in the parking lot of the police station, they had thought about all of the prison shows they had seen together. Robert was hot as fuck. He wasn't going to last a day in prison. With Archer in prison, Robert and Jimmy were still free men. Archer had only confessed to the murders that he had committed unilaterally, which numbered 61. About 50 of those had been to write a script for a Toyota Corolla commercial. Chapter 3. 15 years had passed since Jimmy, Archer, and Robert had done their time in prison. With the power of celebrity, they had pulled an O.J. Simpson and sprung themselves loose, manipulating the public's adoration to twist the justice system. Hey guys, I'm just going to pop on over to the Korean spa for a quick 8 to 12 hours. Anyone want to join?
Yeah, sorry, Jim. I'm really behind on my work.
Work?
Yeah, I have about 4 seasons of Friends to catch up on. It's not easy, Jim. I take about 38 pages of notes on each episode. I keep emailing them to Jennifer Aniston, but she hasn't been responding as much lately.
That's all right, man. I understand if you're busy. Rob, you around, bud?
Sorry, Jim. A tube of blue cheese and I made eye contact today at Trader Joe's. And so I'm going to be in the bathroom for about 6 hours.
Whoa, man, that really sucks.
It's not too bad, Jim. R2 is going to set the TV up outside, so I'll be able to watch through the bathroom window.
See, Rob, everyone thought it was weird that I was so adamant about buying an 8-bedroom house with 1 bathroom that looks directly out into the backyard. But not everyone is a visionary like me, Rob.
Sometimes a true artist is only truly understood by himself. No one can ever see your vision the way you can. And if they try to stand in the way of your art, your passion, your masterpiece, well,
Robert looks at Archer.
kill them.
Wow, ever since Twin 7 came out, you guys have gotten even better at that.
Yeah, the franchise is doing really well.
And the toy line is just flying off the shelves.
You know, I almost sued Hasbro because my action figure wasn't going to be able to do the splits. They said making the action figure that flexible is going to be very expensive. But I hired a team of private investigators to get some dirt on the CEO, and well,
Archer whips out an action figure of himself and gets it to do the splits.
look at this little handsome guy.
You know, there was once a time where I would have said that the day Archer got an action figure, that would be the day that pigs fly. But then there was that weird archaeological discovery in Burma, and nothing's been the same ever since.
Would have known that these big fat bodies.
It is inspiring. So inspiring, in fact. I wrote a whole screenplay about it. Pig Icarus.
I thought Don Juan Casanova wrote that movie.
Robert. I have many aliases in this town, brother. Many pseudonyms, many different identities. I don't pay anything in taxes, man. Artur Lago makes 20,000 a year. But you know who makes $1 million a year? Don Juan Casanova, Carl Engels, Putin Jun-un.
Jimmy rolls his eyes. Oh my God, I forgot how dumb these names were.
I'm not done. Marshall Naz, the creator, Alexandria Ocasio-Schumer, Gwyneth Streep, and Angelina Joe Hathaway.
Can you believe I still do this guy's taxes?
I can't believe Uncle Sam hasn't caught on to you yet.
Yeah, Uncle Sam is none the wiser. But my Uncle Boris, now that's a different story. He found out about the whole thing, and I had to have him killed.
Robert and Jimmy shake their heads. Nosy uncles are the worst.
Wait, guys, let's try something.
Oh my God.
Oh my
There
God.
really is a
Murder
cure
really
for
is a cure
tax fraud.
Just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It felt dirty trying to parody ourselves.
That felt wrong. Wait. Can we try one more?
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Pig Icarus
Pig
did
Icarus
deserve to
did
win the
deserve to win
Oscar
an
for
Oscar
best
for
screenplay.
screenplay.
Archer, you fight a guy for like 20 minutes straight in that movie. It's so stupid.
It's one of my favorite action scenes that I've ever directed.
The guy had a respirator tube sticking out of his nose.
A lot of movie villains smoke, Jim.
Artu, in your defense, I actually like the scene where you choke the older man out of his own respiratory tube.
Jimmy puts his hand on his forehead. Oh my God, I still can't believe that. That was Donald Sutherland's last role before he died. Archer, you ruined that man's legacy.
Jimmy, your album last year got 33% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, that's fine, Archer, because I didn't even know that Rotten Tomatoes even reviewed albums. Also, last year, I played the Bradley Cooper part in a remake of A Star is Born, and I did win the Golden Globe.
I thought your on-screen romance was kind of cheesy.
School what Artu says to me. I thought you and Betty Milder had great on-screen chemistry.
Okay, whatever. Make me the bad guy.
Funny enough, Artu, you were the inspiration for the bad guy in Zublon 5, the final frontier.
You know, Rob, if you think there's going to be another sequel, you shouldn't call your novel The Final Frontier.
HarperCollins had promised me that Zubin 4, the final frontier, was going to be the last one. Jim, besides Who Cares Man, Zubin 5 was one of the Pulitzers and the Nobel Award.
Okay, guys, I'm headed to the spa. Do you guys want to do dinner at Quirky's tonight?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was going to watch the first 5 minutes of every Game of Thrones episode tonight so that I can give my opinions about it when it comes up in conversation. But I guess I could pull it off. I could put that off till the weekend.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Daenerys really is a perfect metaphor for Putin. They all high five.
Perfect.
Perfect. Jimmy is leaving the house to go to the spa, but first he goes to the closet to grab out a hat. There are 27 bodies piled up in the closet and a dead man hanging from the ceiling. The hanging man is wearing a hat, and his body rocks back and forth a little bit. As it hangs from a rope, the rope is around his neck. Jimmy grabs the hat off of the hanging man. Thanks, Paul. Jimmy walks out of the house. Hey, bye guys. I'll see y'all later tonight. Corky's at 8.
Sounds good, Jim.
Archer notices the closet door is left open.
Hey, Rob, I think Paul left the closet door open. Do you mind?
No problem.
Robert pats the hanging man on the shoulder before closing the closet door.
Oh, Paul, you're always leaving doors open everywhere, bud. Why do you think this is? A barnyard? What do you think this is? A barnyard? Oh, Paul, you and your dad jokes. We're going to Corky's later tonight, man. Okay? Well, we'll bring you home some new friends. I promise. Don't worry. I got you, dog.
All right. That was good reading, you guys. You kept the pace up, boom, 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 and kept it going. So thank you. Thank you. All right, let's popcorn that. Paul. Walmart scooter.
Sharknado.
Celebrity.
Serial killers.
Murder. Success.
Inspiration.
Art.
Writer's block.
Self-referential.
Synchronicity.
Narrator.
8 to 12 hours.
Shallow.
Bette Midler.
CCI, CCI, CCG, CCI, CCG. No. A CC.
Success.
Football. Kind of emptiness. Profound emptiness.
GI.
Friendship. Wit. Digression. Satire.
Desperation.
Mental health.
Ethics. Closet. Hidden.
Prisoner.
Addiction.
OJ.
Putin. Cost. Ramifications. So let's have some appreciations. It's almost feels like, you know, it's hard to, it's so big, right? And it's like to just to kind of take it all in. So let's start with that though. So Myra, can I start with you?
Yeah. I think I was gonna say that I really appreciated like kind of the moral debate that the three were having, or at least trying to remember the name. Jimmy. He was kind of putting into question like he was the one that wasn't really for it. And then once it kind of like the little like carrot in front of his face, like kind of this really big dream that he like has access to now, like then that served as really good motivation that kind of kept the story going.
Kate? Thank you, Myra.
I really liked, it felt really centered. Even though there was a lot going on, it still felt like there was a central conflict. and it was a very well-established central conflict. Like I knew what was going on, even if there were a lot of turning parts.
And
And
can you voice the central conflict?
that they are trying to get inspiration for their work, but there is the conflict of having to murder people at the same time. So there's like the moral conflict, and then there's actually, and I liked that.
Good. And
This, I don't know if this gonna be like an appreciation, but whenever I hear Robert's play, I always feel like a schizophrenic doing drugs. There's so many big ideas, which I'm pretty sure he has a point to it. So it's even the conflicts, like I thought the conflict is writing the best material. So, but then maybe it's not. So I'm just like,
Okay. There is a kaleidoscope feeling. I mean, you really feel like you're entering this space that is not like another space. There's a kind of a unique, he's got this sensibility where there's just so much going on, and it's like do 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 do. It is kind of a different. It is a different world. It's a different experience, and that's part of his technique that he's putting the audience through and immersing us in. Yeah, it has a frenetic energy. Good, thank you. Hetzi.
I just think one of my appreciations is just the creativity and the details that goes into the whole play. Like who actually sits down and thinks about every little detail like that. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. It's just so funny. It's honestly, it's just, I love this play. It's just so funny. I love Robert's writing. So I don't know, that probably comes off as like kind of vague, but I just don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I think, Hetzi, I have a similar appreciation when I'm in that, just even aside from how the play is functioning, but to look at the writer's mind, and that he has so much knowledge and thought and opinion, and he knows so much about Hollywood and films and television and the players and music, and like the references, I would argue at times it's a little overwhelming, but there is something that you just have to appreciate about the mind that creates that holds all that in at one time, and just sees reference, connection. And it is like, wow. Yeah. It is unique. And I do, and on Anne's point, it's like you're in his mind with this kind of frenetic energy and this stuff going on. And I do appreciate that as well. I just appreciate the way your mind works.
Yeah, the creativity.
And what you see. So I'm going to I'm actually going to ask you, because we have a lot of time on Tuesday. Tuesday. So think about some other things. So if you have some more comments, but these are new and fresh plays, and I have notes for Robert, the same as I had notes for you guys. Basically, a lot of questions. But Anne's question about why is the narrator speaking stage direction? So as much as like, I think there's so much to like here, and to appreciate and be interested in, and this absurd idea. And I think it's absurd, like killing people for inspiration, but sometimes there's career choices you make, and you sell a part of yourself. This killing someone is like a metaphor, but for other things we do and other choices we make, and how you lose something of yourself in the process, even though you might gain on this other level. And I think that's a profoundly interesting question. But I felt like, and I know because you pitched a different play, and I really urged you, because the point of this was an outline and to take what you're learning about structure and all that. And I know, Robert, you pivoted, and I really do feel like this is a novel, that then got put into, and I don't know, I'm not saying it is, but it feels like it's a novel that then got, okay, but I'm going to make it this form. And the narrator, it can't, I just don't think it can be, because it's not a play. He speaks in past tense, right? So he's saying things that already happened. And remember, everything's on stage is on present tense. So I think we need to get the narrator out of there and really make whatever needs to happen on stage, because I think there's some really interesting things, like the moment when the guy comes in that's mean to a girlfriend. And I think that's a real time thing, and to watch that unfold and to watch it dawn on them, and this is the first person that they would kill on purpose. And really, that's super interesting, but it gets taken away from us because we just have this summary from a narrator, and especially in the past tense. I just was like, what? I mean, even if it was a live narrator and you were doing something like, what's that famous one with the narrator and the house made of sticks, and home, I have the T in my head. You guys, anybody? It won a Pulitzer Prize, and it's a very sparse set, and it has generations. Okay, I'm going to think about what it is, and I'm going to blurt it out or send you a weird email at like 4:00 this afternoon. Our Town. Haha, got it. I knew it had a T. Our Town. But it's in the present tense, and this was like in the past tense. So I really urge you to get rid of that for your final version of this. But it's, your dialogue and your characters, and it's just, you so make such a specific world, and you do it so well. It just feels so real, and you know so much about it, and it's pretty amazing. So I have notes and more to say on it, but we can talk some more on Tuesday. And Robert, as you're hearing it and thinking about it, maybe if you have some questions, and I'm available right now if you want to talk a little bit about it. But it's also really, it's hard, when you have something, this kind of comedy, and you can see coming off Playworks, like when people are doing this and acting it, and the facial expressions and the jokes, and everyone's getting it, because your audience, especially in a theater department, are getting all these references. It would be a lot of laughter that we don't get on the Zoom experience when everyone's reading and I'm taking notes. So don't let that be a reflection of how funny it is. All right. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you Tuesday.
Bye, everyone.
By the way, Professor, I just want to let you know that I struggle. I have dyslexia. So like when you're moving it fast, the